Danny, we approach the end of the season. It's been a long one as well with the New Saints. Let's go back in time though, shall we? When you knew that TNS was first interested in you, how did you feel?
Yeah, it came about in the January. I think TNS tried to get me in the January, so I had a couple of meetings about it then, but that came of nothing. Decided to focus on the league with Connors-Key and wanted to go for the title with them and wanted to be fully focused on that. So when that ship sailed, I just wanted to be fully focused on winning the league with Connors-Key. So just concentrated on the league with Connors-Key and then went on to win the league and then looked at other options again at the end of the season after it had all finished, and TNS was the best option for me at the time, I thought, and yeah, it's worked out well so far.
Well, good things come to those who wait, and eventually you did put pen to paper at Park Hall. Looking back over the season, the European campaign, that must have been one of the highlights.
Yeah, definitely. I think coming into the group as a new player, there's nothing better than to get on a start like that and to go into European games and win, and then it just creates like a buzz around the whole camp, and it's the best way for new players to get introduced. And the European trip and the 3 different trips, the whole experience was just a great way to start, really. Yeah.
And I know we played pre-season friendlies, of course, but to come in and go into the European games, as we've talked, and not just play in them, feature in them, but also to score as well. That's a great way to get your TNS account off.
Yeah, I didn't score in the first game, the 2 legs against Glentoran. They were both really tight, 1-1 I think, and then we won 2-0, and then got my first goal in the 3rd competitive game against Zalgiris away in Lithuania, and then got my second one about 10 minutes later, I think it was. So yeah, that was good to finally get off the mark and not have to wait too long.
Well, I can remember doing the post-match interview. We were just off the tunnel area, weren't we?
Yeah.
And that was a great way to get your account underway. As we say, you scored the week afterwards as well. As you look back over the campaign, do you see the positives of 4 wins, a draw and a defeat, or do you focus, as a lot of players do, on the defeat and what could have been?
Yeah, it's one of them. It's like glass half full kind of thing, but you have to look at it as a positive. You know, I think it's the best a Welsh team's ever done in the competition, so you can't be saying ifs and buts, and if we won that penalty shootout we would have went further, but you know, it happens. But yeah, you have to look at it as a positive, and it's just a great experience. Yeah.
And then as we leave Europe behind, we begin the domestic campaign. We got off to a great start, 4-1 victory on the road at Newtown.
Yeah, great start in the league as a whole. I think, you know, I'm not sure the run we went on, but I think the gap seemed to open like pretty quickly, and then once the momentum was there, I think the momentum was probably from Europe, and the buzz in the camp was still there, and to go straight into the league, and it just creates that winning mentality where you just want to win every single game, and yeah, it's got us the league title in the end, so it's been good.
And you are one of a small number of players that has lifted the title with 2 different teams. How does it feel to be in that particular camp?
It feels really good, to be fair, to win it back to back. I think it was a lot more special this time around, just because of like all family was there, all your friends and family was there, whereas last season with COVID, you know, no one was allowed to be at the games. So it was good last season as well, but I think it was a little bit more special this season with everybody there lifting the trophy in front of your friends and families. Means that a bit much more to you.
And I can remember our very first interview that we did when you signed at Park Hall. We sat in the technical area, and one of the sports that we talked about was cricket, because, and this is to refresh perhaps those who haven't listened to that interview, but you actually played competitive cricket at a high level for Northamptonshire.
Yeah, I used to play cricket at a really high level, yeah, until a bad injury, and then I took up football seriously again 3 years ago. Went to Prestatyn, my local hometown club, for a season, and then to Connors-Key, and then this is my 3rd season with TNS. So yeah, it's been a fast journey to get here.
And obviously, as a full-time professional, you're not playing cricket anymore, but the cricket season has started. Do you keep an eye on what's going on?
Yeah, definitely. I like to watch it, all formats, and yeah, I'll get to a few games in the summer. I'm sure it's good to be there and have a couple of drinks watching the cricket in the sun. It's always good to watch.
And you're still a young man, of course, got lots of footballing years ahead of you, but like most professional footballers, you do think about that time eventually when you hang up your professional boots. And for most footballers, if they're going to stay in sports, invariably it's football. But you've also been pursuing coaching in cricket.
Yeah, last week I just passed my level 2 cricket coaching, so that's something I'm going to be building up a little bit now, doing a bit more coaching, the cricket side, and then when football eventually comes to an end, maybe it's might be bigger and I might do level 3, level 4 maybe, I don't know, but I'm going to get into coaching now and then hopefully it goes from there, and see what happens after football.
Danny, you love football, you love cricket, but if I were to put you on the spot now and you had to choose one of those, could you?
Yeah, I think definitely football. My family's always been football. I've been brought up through football. My dad doesn't really like cricket either, so I think I have to say that just for him.
You've scored some key goals as well for the New Saints during the course of the season. Apart from the European ones, which by the very nature of what they are, they will stand out for you. Domestically, any particular goals there that stand out in your memory?
Yeah, I think the one that stands out is the one at Flint. We won 2-1 and it was the winner. And we knew that if we won that game, then a point on Saturday against Penybont and we would have won the title. So such an important goal, I feel. I think the whole team felt that. It was such a tight game where we were penned in for a lot of it and Flint were probably the better team. And then to come away with a 2-1 victory and to score the winner in that. And then after that game, we feel like, it's within touching distance. You only need a point on Saturday against Penybont. So I think that's the one that stands out for me, yeah.
And if people are watching this interview and they think, this doesn't look like Park Hall, I've never seen those chairs there before, then of course they would be correct. We're here in Cardiff ahead of the game tomorrow against Penybont. A lot of footballers don't like travel and staying over. How do you feel about all of that?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it. Stay in nice hotels, you get a night away. I don't mind it.
And we do have a few games left now until the end of the season in the league. But tomorrow is a dress rehearsal for the next big fixture that we face. That's the JD Welsh Cup final against Penybont.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game again. At Park Hall it is a really good game at 3-3. I think it's always tough when we play against them. So I think everyone's looking forward to the Welsh Cup final. It's going to be massive and they're definitely going to give us a good game. So yeah, hopefully we can pick up a few more tips of how they're playing and stuff tomorrow going into that game, and hopefully we can get a result as well.
And it's a long season, of course, with the New Saints due to being involved in competitive European football. We all look forward to May. We have May off. Have you got anything special planned?
Yeah, I booked the holiday actually with my girlfriend. Going to Greece on the 8th of May. So yeah, looking forward to that. A little break needed.
And then we will be back in June. Personal ambitions for next season?
I've not really looked that far ahead yet. Just keep going this season, looking forward to the Welsh Cup final. And then once that's out of the way and hopefully win that, and then have a little break and then you refresh your memory and look again next season.
Danny Davies, as always, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, Rev.